Alright, we should now be live here. Alright, let me get the SPC forecast on here and wait for some people to join my stream. There we go. Share. And I believe if I... There we go. Alright. Nice. Oh, wait. No, we have to make it full screen. Alright, there we go. Seems like we still don't have any viewers. I guess I will wait a couple more minutes here. Very, 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 Oh, that's super weird. That's like super weird. Oh, that's super weird. That's like super weird. Oh, that's super weird. That's like super weird. We still got no viewers really other than me. Bro. Bro. What is this? Messiah. Oh Lord, I need you now. Wait, how do you spell especially? Wait, I forgot how you. Oh, it seems like we got another viewer here, though. Never mind. They left, bro. That's sad. Oh, they did like the stream, though. They did like the stream, at least. Alright, that's good. They like the stream. We're up to 3 likes. Alright, we have another viewer here, alright. So, right now we're going to go over our Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. You can see for today we actually have a moderate risk of severe weather across northern Illinois to northwestern Indiana. The enhanced risk extends into more of central northern Illinois, a sliver of southwestern Michigan, northern Indiana, extreme southeastern Iowa into northeastern Missouri, and another one across south central Oklahoma, central Texas there. Our tornado probabilities for today, we have a 15% tornado risk area in that moderate risk, and we have a 10% tornado risk across northern Illinois, northern Indiana there. 5% tornado risk extends from northwestern Ohio, southern Michigan, all the way down to eastern Oklahoma, western Arkansas, central Oklahoma, northeastern to central Texas. We have a SIG 2 area across our moderate risk and mainly the eastern portions of our 10% tornado risk. We do actually have a widespread area of damaging wind gusts, and we have a potential area for some hurricane force damaging wind gusts from eastern central Oklahoma all the way into central Texas there. And our 30% area is from south central Oklahoma into central Texas there. And then for hail risk, we have a 30% hail risk across northeastern Missouri into northern and central Illinois, all the way into a sliver of southwestern Michigan, into northern Indiana, another one from south central Oklahoma, all the way into central Texas. And we actually do have a SIG 2 area across mainly central Texas where you can see some hail up to the size of softballs today. Anyways, let's get into our severe weather coverage here. Yeah, let's get to our severe weather coverage. What's up, Jordan? Yeah, we got Isaac in the chat now. Let me switch over here real quick. All right. Right now, we did just have a couple of tornadoes in northern Illinois, but now it is mainly gone here. We still do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. This one up here is mainly for 1.5 inch hail. This one down here that was tornadic for a little bit, that does have 2.5 inch hail on it, and I believe we did get a 4-inch hail report on that earlier. Right now, it's not as tornadic at this point. We do have some tornadic supercells firing across southeastern Iowa, northwestern Illinois. There may be another one down here. So we're going to have to watch those, as we do actually have a moderate risk of severe weather today, as I said earlier. and we could see multiple strong to potentially violent tornadoes are likely across that area. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an isolated EF4 plus tornado with this environment, but mainly just going to be EF2, EF3s with a roughly 30% chance, since we do have that SIG2 area, and these are actually turning out pretty nice. We actually do have some other storms. Those are mainly going to be elevated. We have a severe thunderstorm watch out here. For eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, northwestern Indiana, southwestern Michigan, southern Wisconsin, and Lake Michigan there. Look at the probabilities: 10% chance of 2 or more tornadoes, 40% chance of 10 or more damaging wind gusts, 30% chance of a hurricane force wind gust, 60% chance of 10 or more hail reports, and a 40% chance of a hailstone reaching 2 inches in diameter or greater. Looking down here, we have a severe firestorm watch across south central Kansas. We will likely get a very severe firestorm watch or a tornado watch for eastern Oklahoma and to western Missouri. We have a tornado watch across, let's see, central western Oklahoma and north central Texas, and never across central Texas. We have a couple of tornado warnings out here. This one is radar indicated. Looking at this, yeah, actually a decent little hook on this storm. Little bit of rotation there could produce a tornado. Then we have another one down here near just to the north of Bracketville, Texas, to the east of Del Rio. And the radar's down, which means we'll have to use the second closest radar, which you have still a good picture of that. Not great, but we'll have to really watch for that. As it gets closer to this radar out here, we will have a better picture. I believe we just got a new mesoscale discussion out here across northern and central Missouri there. Tornado watch likely percent of insurance, watch insurance 80%. A new tornado watch is needed after new visible imagery. Strong deeply or shear, strong destabilization, large scale ascent. Some strong tornadoes, very large hail are possible. Most supercells and line segments, damaging wind gusts, possibly. We could see some EF2 to EF3 tornadoes, some wind gusts reaching 70 miles an hour, and hail up to 3.5 inches in diameter there. So make sure if you're in northern Missouri there, central Missouri, you are prepared for this. We generally have a widespread area of storms today. If I just turn on my outlook for a second, just go to the categorical outlook, you can see how widespread severe weather risk is for today, from the Texas-Mexico border all the way to the Canadian-Michigan-Ohio border out there. So we have a very, very large area. Earlier I heard over 100 million people are at risk for severe weather today, which is honestly believable. We do have quite a few storms out here in Texas. Let's look at this storm in Oklahoma. Nice little storm there. We could get a few tornadoes are likely in this area across central western Oklahoma, northern Oklahoma. We generally have quite a few storms. We have some storms out there, mainly gonna be hail, damaging winds, no tornado threat with those. No longer have a tornado warning out here, but we will likely have some over the next few hours as we get the supercells to get more intense. If you are watching my stream, feel free to ask any questions, preferably related to this event, this tornado outbreak, this severe weather outbreak. But also, it can just be a question in general. As long as it's appropriate, I will try to answer as many questions as I can. All right. Going back to our radar here, you can see a lot of storms. They did cancel that severe firestorm warning here. We still have that tornado warning. They believe this is below severe limits at this point. We have a new radar scan in here. Weaker rotation, but again, stay in your safe place. You are still in a tornado warning there. Going back down here, still have that tornado warning. Decent little supercell there. Actually, it's a big supercell, but you can see generally we still have some pretty good rotation there, at least at the mid levels. Again, that's way up in the mid levels there, 15,000 feet there. Yeah, that's not gonna be great. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for 2.75-inch hail, 7-mile-an-hour wind gusts, as a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for areas to the north of Bracketville, Texas, to the east, to the northeast of Del Rio, Texas. If you're in those areas there, make sure you stay indoors. Treat it like a tornado warning because it essentially has a very similar potential there. That's an old mesoscale discussion. That's a new mesoscale discussion that I covered a few minutes ago. Waiting for the supercells to fire out here, or they already have fire. They just need to get more intense here. They will gradually They are organized over the next couple of hours. There is this little blip out here. I'm gonna watch that because that seems very much discreet. That would probably have a best chance as long as it stays mostly discreet there. So this is between Lewistown and Havana, in Illinois here. Well, actually, that's on the border. Lewistown, Iowa, Havana, Illinois, I believe. Wait a second. No, that is both in Illinois. Oh, it is Lewistown and Havana in Illinois there. So if you're in those areas, nothing too concerning, but this little blip could upscale quickly. Let's actually look at what this blip is looking like. um, so, if we look here, you can see it actually weakened a little bit, but it's starting to get its act back together. Seems like it could become a decent little supercell for the next couple of hours there. Let's see if we have any viewers real quick. Nope, still no viewers here. Let's see. Oh, this is tornado possible again here. We may have some rotation there. Not seeing the reason why they made it tornado possible other than if a storm chaser or part of wild cloud, but obviously if there is a tornado, take shelter and report to the National Weather Service so they can send out a warning. Yeah, that storm near Havana and Lewistown in Illinois is starting to get its act back together there. You can see nice little blip there. It is slowly growing, more like rapidly growing right now. So you'll have to pay attention to that storm there. Seems like we have a new tornado warning, or is that the old tornado warning? Yeah, that's the old tornado warning. Actually, it's just more condensed. I don't know why it was so far south there. But again, recarry of rotation there. I wouldn't be surprised if they let that expire or just cancel it. Going back down here to north of Bracketville, Texas, east of Del Rio there, we have that tornado warning still. Nice supercell there. still kind of hard to tell what's happening because we're so far away from the radar here. Likely some large hail there, 2.5-inch hail, maybe up to 3 inches. That's around baseball-sized hail. So make sure you treat this like a tornado warning. Stay indoors. Nothing really too significant. Just these couple of tornado warnings down here, both of which the northern will probably be allowed to expire soon. Still these storms out here, not looking at much of a tornado. Speaking of a tornado, let's actually go look at the mesoanalysis from the Storm Prediction Center. Here we go. And then we'd have to do that and some fancy stuff. We're all right. We can now look at the latest mesoanalysis from the Storm Prediction Center. We have a new one in about 20 minutes or so. But just looking at the mesoanalysis down here, I'm going to Oklahoma here. You can see generally good environment. Oh my goodness, we have a ton of Cape there, around 2,500. Near to 3,000 joules per kilogram of Cape as we go down into Texas. Similar conditions. We actually have better STP out here, though. And let's change our sector here. Going back to Illinois here. Yeah. Very good environment. 2,500 to 3,000 joules per kilogram of Cape STP values of 2 to 3 there. Even into northern Missouri, we still have pretty good conditions out there. What's our wind shear out there? Around 45 to 50 knots of shear out there. Close to 50 knots of shear out there. Out in Missouri, we still have a good 40 to 45 knots of shear. Even back into Oklahoma, we have close to 45, 50 knots of shear there. So generally, across this entire area here from northern Indiana, northern Illinois, into northern Missouri, eastern Kansas, central Oklahoma, there, north central Texas, generally have very good shear there, even to central Texas. All right. Looking back at our radar here. Where does it say sharing too? Yeah, I know I'm sharing. Looking at this radar. Let's go back up here. I'm still really interested in this storm near to the north of Havana, even though it keeps weakening and strengthening. If it can get its act together, that could become a pretty good supercell. And oh my goodness, look at all these storms out here. Look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 storms. I think these storms are probably going to have a better tornado threat, honestly. First, severe thunderstorm warning with those. Yeah, we have a few cells forming back out here. Looking at these, we actually have a tornado possible tag on that. These will obviously have a very good tornado threat. We will likely see storms for supercells over the next 4 to 5 hours, maybe even longer, but eventually they're going to stop. But this is going to be very significant, maybe even reaching near historic range if this goes closer to the worst case scenario. Because C, maybe mid upper level rotation already forming there. Starting to get a little bit of weak mid level rotation. Yeah, you already have a little bit of a hook there. We'll definitely have to watch that for a tornado threat over the next hour or two. New severe thunderstorm warning in Oklahoma. Looking here, we have some storms. Nothing very tornadic as of now. That's more supercell looking right here. Maybe. Still not super good. Mainly just damaging wind gusts, large hail. I am actually going to go for a minute or two, but I will be right back. Alright, I am back now. Let's see how many viewers I have. No viewers right now. Hopefully we soon, and we actually do have one viewer now. We are covering some significant severe weather across a large area. New tornado watch just issued here. Let's see. Let's go to our other tab here and wait for it to load up here. Float. Alright, looking at our new tornado watch here, if it is available, it doesn't look like we have it right now. If the reason we have this tornado watch is because we did have a mesoscale discussion about what we look at it, but right now we have a moderate risk of severe weather across northern Illinois, northwestern Indiana, a larger enhanced risk from northeastern Missouri, central northern Illinois, northern Indiana there, a sliver of southeastern Iowa and southwestern Michigan there, and there's actually another enhanced risk of severe weather across central Texas. What did I click? Across central Texas into south central Oklahoma there, where I could see some hail up to the size of softballs. We're already seeing some very large hail out there, and we could see some they are expected isolated hailstones up to 4 inches in diameter considered likely. What do you mean, time out? I'm literally just trying to view a severe thunderstorm watch. That means we'll probably get the tornado watch soon. Let me see if we have anything on the radar here. Just real quick. Just that new severe thunderstorm warning we had a few minutes ago in Illinois. I'm just gonna see if there's any rotation on it, any more rotation. Nothing really in terms of tornadic rotation. And there is our tornado watch there. Across southeast Iowa, western Illinois, southeast Kansas, central and northern Missouri. There, mainly across southeastern into eastern Kansas, into northern Missouri, including Kirksville, Kansas City, Imperial. What does that say? Cronute. Those areas, and Quincy, Illinois as well there. So a few tornadoes likely if a couple intense tornadoes possible. Scattered large hail and isolated very large hail events to 3 inches in diameter likely. Scattered diminishing wind gusts to 70 miles an hour likely. Looking at probabilities, 60-40 for tornado watch for tornado probability. So 60% chance of 2 or more tornadoes, 40% chance of 1 or more strong tornadoes, 70% chance of 10 or more severe wind gusts, and a 20% chance of a hurricane force wind gust, 70% chance of 10 or more severe hail events, and a 60% chance of a very large hailstone over 2 inches in diameter. Generally, not the most significant watch, but also this needs to be taken seriously, especially as we get these storms to move into this area, and as we get more storms to form in that area, especially across eastern Kansas. Oh, precious is the flow that make me right. Alright, we do actually have an update to our severe thunderstorm warning up there. Seems like we upgraded to 2-inch hail there, so now a very large hail range. New severe thunderstorm warning. It could the areas in Burlington, is that Iowa, and also areas to the northwest and to the northeast of that in Iowa and Illinois there. Looking at our storm that was tornadic. 3-inch hail now. Maybe trying to reform a little bit of a hook. We're not seeing much for rotation, but if you're in those areas there near Montano, Bourbonnais, and Kanaki, and areas to the north of that, make sure you are indoors there. There is some very, very large hail falling. With that, downtown Chicago is currently getting hit by 2.5-inch hail. They're about to get hit by 2.5-inch hail. You need to be indoors if you're in downtown Chicago, the northern side of Chicago, southern side of Chicago, areas to the west of Chicago. There need to be indoors now. There's some very large hail falling there, guys. This is not just another little hailstorm with 1 to 1.25 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Well, not over wind gusts, but this is a very significant storm. Looking like we have a pretty good looking supercell starting to form for Keithsburg, Illinois. We'll have to watch that. Let's see if we have any upper level rotation. No, not really at all. Surprising. I don't know why they have a tornado possible tag, maybe just because of its shape and its potential to become tornadic over the next couple of hours, especially next 30, 60 minutes will be huge to determine if it will become tornadic. We have some storms forming just to the west of Kansas City, just to the north of Iowa, to the south of Lawrence, east of Lawrence there. So if you're in those, we'll have to watch these for our tornado threat. If you haven't seen already, look, let's turn on our tornado risk. We have a very large SIG 1 area across most of our tornado risk area. Very large 5% tornado risk from northwestern Ohio all the way into east Oklahoma, north into central Texas there. You obviously have your SIG 1 area, your 10%, your 15% tornado risk up there. Now we can turn this off as we do have a new tornado warning in Texas to the north of Uvalde, to the northeast of Brackettville there. Unfortunately, this is the best radar luck we have at it, and this is how far up in the atmosphere. Like 16.7 to 16.9 thousand feet. That's not very good, guys. Because this radar has to be down right now. I don't know why, but this is a very unfortunate time for it to be down. You can see that line of severe thunderstorms forming here going to our tornado warning here in just to the west of Eastland. Probably gonna be let to expire soon. No tornado for that as of right now anymore. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning just to the south of Ottumwa in Iowa here. A big little supercell there could produce a tornado for eventually. 2.75-inch hail. Oh my goodness, voice crack. But 2.75-inch hail in this storm right here. Still is that tornado possible tag. But if you're in these areas, if you're in Keithsburg, you just got hit by that C10, then Sunbeam are next. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning, including Cambridge, Kewanee, into maybe into areas there to the northeast of those. This does have a tornado possible tag. Even though there's very no rotation, we still could see a brief tornado with that, obviously, still. Overall, there's only been like 4 or 5 tornado warnings so far for this event. There's been a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings, though, like a ton. Look at this area. Like in northern Illinois into southeastern Iowa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 severe thunderstorm warnings in that area from Chicago all the way back to Ottumwa. We just have a cluster of, well, still discrete to semi-discrete cells, but we're relatively close together, really. I think this store is going to struggle with a tornado threat just because you can see it has a outflow dominant shape to it right now, almost. And it's really not a great spot for a tornado threat right now. Going back to our Ottumwa here. Let's see. Actually, let's go to the Storm Prediction Center's website to see if we have any new severe weather reports here. Just that one tornado report up in Illinois, tornado report in Texas, some large hail there, one damaging wind report. Nothing new really. But I want to look at the I want to look at the upper level, the mid-level rotation with the storm to see if anything in rotation with this storm. Not really looking like much rotation right now. Obviously, that could change over the next 2 or 3 hours as it moves off more to the east. We have a new update to the severe thunderstorm warning, I believe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's more outflow dominant at this point. No tornado threat for the near term, but over the next couple of hours, obviously, that could change. It could become more tornadic. New severe 4-inch hail with this storm now. Radars are really being good at this. Is that a Kanaki? You need to be indoors now. You're going to get hit by ginormous hail. This thing started to try to pick up some more rotation again. You can see that hook and inflow trying to form there. This thing is becoming very significant again. If you're in Mumminus, you need in areas to the south, to the southwest there, you also need to be indoors because you could either receive a tornado if this rotation keeps going and strengthening, or you could receive hail up to the size of both balls. Neither are great. If you're like the southern third of this area, I wouldn't be as concerned, but still stay indoors. Northern third, you're absolutely cooked. Middle third, it depends on if the hail moves farther south or if you get that tornado threat to materialize over the next 15-20 minutes. Oh yeah, looking like a very good little hook there actually. Yeah, look at that hook there, just to the southwest of Kankake. What's the population of Kankake? 24,000 people-ish, 25,000 maybe. So 26 to 26,000 people. Decent little town. Oh yeah, rotation's picking back up there. Rotation's picking back up there. Rotation's picking back up. You can see new area of rotation forming just to the east of Irvine, Illinois. That could become our next tornado warning. If you're in Aroma Park, or Sun River Terrace, Hopkins Park, you may be under a tornado warning in the next 10 to 15 minutes, so pay attention to that. This is actually going to go right over to the airport just to the south of Kankakee, in Illinois, so make sure you are prepared to take shelter. But yeah, you can obviously see rotation starting to pick up there. We could see another tornado warning with the cell soon. Let's see, any viewers? Yep, 2 viewers right now. Let's get back to the radar though. Let's see. You keep freezing up. I don't know what's happening there. The stream's usually a little laggy sometimes, but that also could be just internet and stuff. I don't really think I have a way to fix that unless it would take me a while because I would have to use like a broadcast and separate broadcasting to broadcast to YouTube, but that would take. I can't really just do that in the middle of the stream, bro. Oh yeah, rotation picking back big time there. We will Is that a tornado? Is that a tornado right there? Could that be a tornado? Hold up. Let's see if there is a tornado. I'm gonna look at something real quick. Oh yeah. I'm looking at someone else's stream. Yeah, that looks like about to drop a big tornado. I can't really, I can't show it on here, but that looks like it's about to drop big tornado if there isn't one on the ground already. Obviously, there could be. That could be contamination. That could be a tornado, obviously. Oh yeah, huge wall cloud. Huge wall cloud there. Tornado warning just issued. Radar indicated. Including Kentucky, Bradley, Urbanus. Barbonius, Aroma Park, Irwin Hopkins Park, Monmouth, and Sun River Terrace. They probably just butchered about half of us, but that's fine. Don't know if that's a tornado or not, but still strong rotation there. I'm still heavily looking at another person's feed here. Let's see. Do we have a tornado from any storm chasers? That looks like it's about to drop if it has already. That's definitely going to drop a tornado if it has already. That could be a big one. Yeah. Look at that hook. Look at that hook. That's like a classic hook there. Oh yeah, tornado on the ground. Tornado on the ground. Big CC drop. Big CC drop. As I say, tornado on the ground. Tornado on the ground. Classic little hook there. Just to the southwest of Kankake. Moving towards Aroma Park there. If you're in Aroma Park, tornado on the ground. Now, seek shelter immediately. Yeah. Strong rotation, strong rotation, strong rotation, strong rotation. This is definitely a tornado on the ground. We don't know how strong it is really. Um, not. Let's see. Yeah, that definitely could potentially be a strong tornado, just based off of what we have here. That is definitely a tornado, potentially a strong tornado on the ground here. Let me change my title real quick. Do you have a code? Yeah, I have a code actually. Oh yeah, yep. Tornado on the ground in Illinois there. Let's get back to the radar here. We have almost 5,000 people looking at the same radar because we have a potentially strong tornado on the ground right now, heading towards areas just to the south of Concocai, maybe even the south side of the town. It's heading towards the airport, towards Aroma Park, Sun River Terrace, Richard Coaster, Tomaje Hopkins Park. So from those areas, you should already be in your safe spot because this could be a strong tornado on the ground, and this could definitely be a long tracker if this supercell can maintain itself. Yeah, look at that CC drop though. 0.5, 0.7, 0.6. Yeah, that. Whoa. Look at that. Oh, maybe that has lift in there. Not really too sure. Potentially, we just had a tornado on the ground there. We will see how the rotation is on this latest scan here. Waiting for the latest velocity scan. May take a minute to come in here. Oh yeah, strong rotation. Look at that. 45 against 40. That's pretty strong rotation there. It's not a tight rotation, but that could easily drop a tornado at any time. Looks like a big wall cloud on that storm right now. This is not good to areas just to the south of Kankakee. Maybe even south side of town could get hit by this tornado, especially the southeast side of town. Be in your shelter now. Most interior room on the lowest floor of your building, preferably a storm shelter or a basement. But if you don't have it, usually a bathroom or interior closet on the lowest floor will work. Obviously, do not go outside. Do not go upstairs. Don't try to record the tornado unless you're at a safe distance and you can tell the tornado is not going to hit you. Yeah. Almost 5,000 people on this. Let's go look at some of our other storms back here real quick. Tornado possible. Oh yeah. Look at all these tornado possible severe thunderstorm warnings out here. Nice little hook in the storm to the southwest of Princeton. Maybe a little bit of rotation trying to form there. And we also, yeah, that's basically just a mess now. Do we still have a tornado warning in Texas? Yeah, we have this one tornado warning here. That's super far from the radar. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to tell much of that. Let's go back up to our tornado warning in Illinois. Oh yeah. Look at that hook, bro. Look at that hook. That's classic as a hook I have seen in a while. We may have a tornado on the ground right now, right over Interstate 57, just to the south of Kankakee. Not too sure. Oh my goodness, yeah, probably a tornado about to drop if not already on the ground. It is a strong area of rotation. What? Alright, let's calculate how 59.3 against 44.7. Or let's use my handy little calculator. 44.7 against 59.3. 104-mile-an-hour rotation from the radar there. That could easily be a strong tornado if that touches down. It likely is a strong tornado on the ground south of Kankakee, Illinois. That is potentially a strong tornado. Not seeing anything confirming from chaser feeds. But it's also hard to tell. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a strong tornado there. Because everything is pointing to it. That is a very, very classic supercell right there, guys. That is a very, very classic supercell. New iPod on the way. Yeah, I already heard about that. Let's change the title to Strong Tornado in Illinois. Or let's get back to our radar here. 5,500 people on this. Yeah, that is some very, 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 very strong rotation. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes confirmed our PDS. This is looking like a PDS tornado warning valve. This is like strong tornado on the ground, potentially causing considerable damage. This is at even a decently low populated area here. This is not a good situation here. This is just to the south of Kankake, just to the northwest of the airport there. That's going to move towards Aroma Park, Sun River Terrace, and Hopkins Park over the next 30 minutes. Do we have a new scan? No, not yet. No, not yet. We're about to get a new scan of this thing. Oh my goodness! Huge tornado! Huge tornado! Oh my goodness! That was a huge cone tornado on the ground. We need a PDS on this thing. We need a PDS on this thing right now. That is a strong to intense tornado on the ground to the south of Kankake. That is a strong tornado, potentially intense to violent tornado. Yeah, debris. Look at this. We have some debris getting picked up on the radar. I can't imagine how intense this. That's getting rain wrapped, but I can see it. That's turning into a wedge right now to the south of Kankake, heading towards Sun River Terrace. Sun River Terrace could get hit like right on, maybe southwest southern part. Could be a violent tornado. PDS. Yep, strong tornado on the ground. Strong tornado on the ground. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Look at that. Strong tornado on the ground, just to the south of Kankake Community College. Hopefully it misses the college, but if you're at the college, you may be about to get hit by a tornado. This is a very dangerous situation here. This is a very dangerous situation. If this keeps intensifying, this may eventually need a tornado emergency. This is what we have a 15% hatch risk for tornadoes like this. This is turning into a wedge tornado. Looking at some storm chaser feeds. Here. But I can't show them on stream, but I can look at them. That's a strong tornado. That's a strong to violent wedge tornado. New tornado warning in Oklahoma. Oh my goodness. Whoa. It includes the western part of Oklahoma City. What the heck, bro? Whoa. That's crazy. I did not expect that. Tornado warning for a large area of the western Oklahoma City metro here, including Union City, Minko, Yukon, Bethany, western Oklahoma City, and Tuttle. Oh yeah, look at that hook, bro. Look at that hook. Oh my goodness. That is a decent low hook there. We could see some tightening rotation very soon if we're in that area. Stay in your safe place. But we're going to mainly try to focus on our PDS tornado warning. Yeah, still have that PDS tornado warning out there. Looking back in the hard to see it now. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but that's likely still a wedge. I can't really see it very well, though. And I believe we have a new radar scan in now. And again, this is very close to the surface, so we're pretty much seeing very accurate data. Still have a good CC drop there rating on our latest velocities. Brandon Kopic. Let's go to Brandon. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's getting more intense. If this could potentially get a tornado emergency if this keeps strengthening. Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation. I heard some people say when I have a chance to go to Brandon Kopic. Oh my. But let's see. They said he has a huge, enormous tornado. Oh my goodness. Big tornado, big wedge tornado. big wedge tornado. He's basically right by it. There's very little. He can't really see much, but like, yo, yeah, that's a huge tornado, huge wedge tornado on the ground, huge wedge tornado on the ground, potentially violent, potentially violent. I usually don't pull the trigger on this kind of stuff. I'm changing my title to Violent Tornado because that could easily be a violent tornado there. That could easily be a violent tornado, especially in a day like this. We'll go back to our Oklahoma City tornado warning after we get the next scan on this. Not being able to see much. Let's see, can we increase? Oh yeah, poor connection there, but right now we have 70.5 against 62.6. 133 miles an hour. Very outside of the tornado emergency range, but if this gets more intense of a next scan or two, this could easily go tornado emergency at this point. Still an intense tornado. Oh yeah, we have 92.8 now. 92.8. Let's actually zoom in so we can get exact 92.8, 41.4. 134 miles an hour. Still a little lower than the tornado emergency threshold, but with the storm chaser phase, I won't be surprised if they pull it at this point. Yeah, kind of hard to see the debris there still. But it's likely still at least an intense tornado on the ground. Near the that's over Aroma Park. That's heading up to Sun River Terrace. This could be causing considerable to catastrophic damage over these areas right now. Seek shelter immediately. You should have already been in your shelter. If you're in Sun River Terrace, you have a few minutes at best until this tornado hits you, so take shelter immediately if you have not already. Going back to our Oklahoma. Oh, we have a tornado warning in Illinois. Another tornado warning in Illinois for Kewanee here. If you're in Kewanee, weak area of rotation there, but probably will get stronger over the next 30 to 60 minutes. I'm going to our Oklahoma tornado warning. Yeah, nice little hook forming there. Trying to get some stronger rotation. Wouldn't be surprised if that produces a tornado over the next 15 to 30 minutes as it continues to organize. But let's go back to our PDS tornado warning up here in Illinois. Is this a new scan? Yeah, new scan. Oh yeah, look. Clear debris ball, clear debris ball, clear debris ball, clear debris ball, clear debris ball. Oh my goodness. Velocities. Does this meet tornado emergency criteria now? Because 78.3 plus, what is that one? 57. Still a little below, but it's getting a little stronger with each scan, so in Rift Storm Chaser feeds, yeah, we still likely could have a strong to violent tornado on the ground. Oh yeah, huge wedge, maybe a mile wide or greater. Maybe that could easily be a mile wide wedge. That could easily be a mile wide wedge if we have a new radar scan. Did they just update that? Still PDS. They didn't pull the Tori trigger yet. These next couple of scans will likely determine. Oh yeah, even more debris being lofted. Still very strong velocities there. At this point, the velocities are might be a little bit weaker, or this could just be because we have kind of all this rain in the way. So yeah. Still looks like a huge tornado on the ground there. Um, this could easily still be a intense to violent tornado on the ground. Apparently there's a tornado on the ground in Oklahoma City. Oh my goodness, that thing is huge. I can see the left edge. I cannot see the right edge of that thing. Oh my goodness, that's at least a mile wide wedge tornado, maybe up to 2 miles wide. I don't know. It really depends, but that's a huge wedge tornado. And yep, we have a tornado on the ground to the west of Oklahoma City. Little cone tornado trying to touch down there. We do have some debris circulation on the ground there. Thankfully for our Illinois tornado, it may be starting to include now. So that could be good news, but again, it could quickly recycle. Yeah, looking like a pretty good little. Is that a CC drop on that? Is that a CC drop or is that clear air? Hard to tell. That kind of looks like CC though. Yeah, I think that's a CC drop, and let's see. They just went observed of that. They do believe this is a tornado that's heading up towards Mustang, western Oklahoma City. If it goes up that truck, it's gonna head up towards right towards downtown Oklahoma City. So that's not good. We still have those tornado warnings down in Texas. I'm mainly going to focus on our reserve tornado warning, our PDS tornado warning. Still a huge tornado up there in Illinois there. Going back to our CC, still have a little good CC drop. Not as intense, just maybe recycling right now. That was crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if that was EF3 ish range and intensity overall to EF4, not just from damage, just from overall intensity of wind speeds. But again, that is starting to weaken. I'm going to change my title again since that isn't as significant as I was. We're going to start focusing a lot on our Oklahoma City storm. I think we can. I can't tell if there's a tornado anymore with this. I'm starting to believe we may no longer have a severe thunderstorm, a tornado, if that I mean. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That's not as classic, but that's still a good little hook there. may not have a tornado on the ground at this exact moment, but it could usually produce tornadoes. We did have some stronger rotation for a minute there. It's a little weaker now, but if you're in Mustang, Oklahoma City, Bethany, you need to get in your safe place now, especially Western Oklahoma City. And we do have a new radar scan coming in right now. Still moving closer to Mustang as we are speaking. Let's see. Do we have any new mesoscale discussions? Tornado watch 32. Let's see. 140 to west of 8 mile an hour downstream watch. Likely intense tornado is possible every next hour or two. Multiple strong to intense tornado. STP values of 425, 300 to 400 meters square per second square of SRH. Moderate instability. That's very favorable. This one supercell is easily going to produce more intense to violent tornadoes. So do not let your guard down. Even if there may not be a tornado on the ground right now, it could easily produce another one. Is that still PDS? Yeah, that's still PDS for a good reason there. Oh my goodness, that's starting to get a more well-defined hook again. Doesn't look like we have a tornado anymore. But still we have that strong rotation. Do not let your guard down. Do not let your guard down just yet. We'll come back to that in a little bit. If we get any more updates. So we are in some uprising stages of our tornado outbreak. We're not on the peak, but I likely will have to end my live stream at 7:15. So in just over 30 minutes. Yeah, Kansas City. You're just getting spammed by very large hail and random showers and stuff. This one has a tornado possible tag, not looking too concerning tornado wise, although this one has a tornado possible tag, so watch out for a tornado threat in the long term. Going back to our tornado warning in Oklahoma. Oh my goodness, look, the hook is coming back out again as it moves into Mustang towards Real Rogers Airport. Yeah. Look at that thing. That's getting a classic hook. That's getting a classic hook. This could produce a strong tornado, guys. So this is very bad, guys. Especially if it's popular in an area. I'm going to go for a minute, but I will be right back. Possible tornado near Oklahoma City now. Oh my goodness, Sandy. You want to take all the attention? Or you could get a cute Andy moment before the tornado destroys everything. Here, want to see my kitty? See my kitty real quick, guys? Kitten. Look, say hi to the kitten. Love your excitement? Yeah. Look at the kitten. Say hi to the kitten. before we have to go back to cover the tornadoes. Isn't she cute? Alright, let's get back to the tornadoes now. We may have a tornado on the ground near Oklahoma City now. Great way to start off our recoverage. But, yeah. This is... Alright, we do... Let me let my cat out before the tornadoes hit, because I don't want my cat screaming in here for a second. EF5 tornado, bro. Alright, go. There. Now we don't have to have my cat screaming in a tornado on the ground. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh my goodness, we're going back up to the Illinois. In significant damage. There's already police out there. That is not good, guys. That's not... Oh my goodness, look, this is getting even more classic now. I think we're gonna go back up to our PDS tornado warning though. Obviously, that's our most significant thing right now. Oh yeah, likely another strong tornado in Illinois right now. Likely another strong tornado. Let me edit my stream now. This is not looking good, chat. This is not looking good. We have a strong tornado, likely on the ground in Illinois again. Likely another strong tornado. Oh yeah, very significant damage. Yeah, significant damage to houses there. And with the tornado we just had, and this is producing another potentially strong tornado. Oh yeah, look at that hook though. Look at that hook though. That is insane. Look at that large hook. That is a classic looking supercell at this point. That was a classic looking hook supercell. Waiting for release. Velocity scan. Likely another tornado on the ground may be strong. Let's go back to our Oklahoma storm roll. We don't have another potentially violent tornado on the ground up north. May have another tornado soon with this storm. Yeah, you can see rotation is trying to get back together big time now. Kind of looks a little messy, but that's actually a very, very good hook right there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a tornado soon, heading up towards downtown Oklahoma City area, maybe southwestern Oklahoma City, like Real Rogers Airport. We'll need to pay close attention to this because we could have a tornado on the ground very soon with this storm, and this is a very populated area. I believe they just updated their tornado warning up north. Still PDS there. Where's our... Yeah, still a PDS. Not seeing a clear CC drop. But looking at our latest velocity scanner that comes in, I could go get a tissue real quick, actually. Alright, there we go. But yeah. Strong tornado on the ground. That is a strong twin test tornado on the ground again. Seek shelter now. You'll probably get a new PDS tornado warning soon for areas to the east, especially in northwestern Indiana there. Going back to our Oklahoma City storm real quick, while we have time. Where is it? There we go. I know it says radar indicated, but we could have a tornado on the ground at any time. Let's see, do we have any sort of CC drop? Nope. But look at that. Look, you can literally see the hook on here. You can see the inflow. And that is trying to reorganize like crazy. So, seek shelter now, I guess. You need to be in the most interior room, the lowest floor of a home or building. Preferably a basement or storm shelter, probably most interior room. On the lowest floor of a sturdy building, which is like your house, a building. Don't be in like a shed or an outhouse or something, basically. Just don't be in a place that you don't think will survive like an EF2 tornado or even an EF0 tornado. Like, it should be common sense not to shelter from a tornado in like a shed, but I guess some people just still don't understand that concept. Strong rotation here. Yeah. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that is a crazy hook there. That's a crazy hook. Any CC? Still no CC. I'm also very interested in the Oklahoma storm right now. You can see the hook looks interesting, but still a good little hook there, or more like a big hook. And you can see the rotation is obviously getting stronger again. So we could have a tornado on the ground. Likely wouldn't be strong, but still could be a large tornado and could cause some considerable damage even if it doesn't hit EF2, EF3 strength. It's going to impact a lot of people if that touches down. Still surprised we don't have a new tornado running out to areas in the east here, like Lake Village and areas west of Fair Oaks. You'll probably get a new tornado warning to areas to the east for the next couple of minutes because this storm is about to leave a tornado warning. You probably will get it within like the next minute or so if I had to guess. Yeah, but look at how classic of a supercell that is. That is a very, very classic looking supercell there. Rotation still there. Oh my goodness. I have a really bad cough right now. Oh no, it's the hiccups. Right in the middle of a tornado warning, bro. I thought we got a new tornado warning for a second. I was wrong, though. Oh, I need water. Oh, yep, new tornado warning. Still PDS. That's a very good idea. This thing could easily produce a strong tornado if it isn't right now. New tornado warning in Oklahoma, it seems. Oh my goodness, this hiccup is terrible. that close downtown Oklahoma City, Midwest City, areas maybe in the northern edge of Moore, Spencer, southern parts of the Village, Bethany, western parts of Jones, western parts of Chonkita. Your area of rotation is right over staying right now. Oh my goodness, my hiccups are super bad right now. But that will move off to the east here over the northeast and east over the next hour. I believe we should have a new mental scale discussion soon from the Storm Prediction Center. Oh my goodness. Why do I have a bad hiccups right now when we're like so many tornado warnings? This is bad timing. Let's look back at our radar real quick. Still have some strong rotation there. Could have a tornado on the ground. If it is on the ground, it could be strong. Nothing on radar indicating that we have a tornado on the ground, but obviously we don't need a CC drop to show there's a tornado on the ground. Even there could be a brief tornado, even without the CC drop. Oh my goodness, my hiccups are so bad right now. She is so cute, yeah, and she is pretty cute. Don't even want that, I want the other tab. Yeah, new mesoscale discussion here across central Oklahoma, including tornadoes along and east of I-35 in Oklahoma, along with damaging hail for supercells current moving across eastern Canadian County, Oklahoma County, with another supercell current over Condon, moving to Stevens County. Given the nature of these cells, we are likely continue to pose a destructive hail and tornado for the next several hours, and as they approach and move across the I-35 corridor, the is as such over the next few hours. The low level here and environment in general should continue to favor supercells with both a tornado and large hail risk as these cells move across I-35. A potentially even great tornadoes could develop in the 0Z to 3Z time frame as the low level jet increases. That was really hard to say with really bad hiccups. Let's go back to our Oklahoma storms. Looking like a very good little hook. Trying to continue to organize there. Still nothing on CC, but going to velocities. Oh my goodness, it's already becoming nighttime. I thought the sun was supposed to set at like 8 p.m., bro. Alright. Yeah, that's a very significant supercell though there. And this is probably the other supercell we're talking about here. Let's go back up to our tornado warning in Illinois and Indiana. This is still a PDS tornado warning. We are likely to get new tornado watch soon for portions of northern Indiana just because of this one cell here. Potentially strong tornado on the ground here, moving into Indiana as we speak. I gotta go for a minute. I will be right back. Alright, I am back now. Let's see, I have about 13 more minutes before I have to end this stream, but... Oh yeah, strong tornado, strong tornado, strong tornado, strong to intense tornado on the ground moving it to Indiana right now. My cat's crying outside my door right now. Alright, let's get back to our weather. Yeah, strong tornado on the ground, strong to intense tornado. I'm briefly going to our cell near Oklahoma City. Still organizing, still has a very good hook there. Just look at correlation coefficient, nothing there yet. Have very strong velocities there. Make sure you're in your safe place. That's going to get very close to your real Rogers World Airport over the next few minutes. Again, strong tornado. Moving it to India. It's right on the border, basically. Yeah, it's basically right on the border of Indiana and Illinois, moving towards Lake Village. Still likely a strong to intense tornado on the ground, moving towards Lake Village. Let's see, did they issue that new tornado watch out there? Yep, new tornado watch. What are the probabilities on that? A few tornadoes and a couple intense tornadoes likely. 70, 60, 40, 30, 60, 60. Basically very similar to our first tornado watch. Let's go to our first tornado watch out in that area. It has to be pretty much very similar probabilities. Same exact tornado probabilities. But yeah, this is a strong to intense tornado moving into Indiana right now. Unfortunately, I have to leave soon, so if this continues, you'll have to rely on other people for this information, but I can only be alive for so long because of school and stuff. I have to do other stuff, obviously. Looking at our Oklahoma City storm. Strong rotation is continuing on the south side of Oklahoma City, just to the northwest of Will Rogers World Airport. Going back to our PDS tornado warning. That is still looking like a beast of a storm. Looks like our CC went away. Our velocities are a little weaker now. Let's set it there. Just to say strong tornado. Because that could still be a strong tornado. Going back to our Kansas City storms. Oh my goodness, it's lagging so bad right now, bro. I can't even look at anything else. Um. This is not good. Well, I can select the warnings from here, so I guess I'll just Oh no, it's frozen. Oh no. We're gonna have to refresh because there's way too many people on this one radar. Alright, I think I'm just gonna go and end this stream here. Thank you all for watching, and I may be back tomorrow if we do get a higher tornado risk across portions of the southern United States. Goodbye.